We are on the road to King of the Ring. A new road to finally after 8 months. It took us 8 months to complete the road to Judgment Day 2004. And the funny thing is, we are starting this new road to with a show that took place the night after a Judgment Day. The only difference is we're rewinding about 2 years and going on the road to King of the Ring 2002 on this post Super Bowl day. Tro, how you doing?
I am doing great. I would like to welcome the Seattle Seahawks to the club of beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
It
Or,
obviously wasn't as impressive as when we did it.
or how about
Um,
when we did it? We blew
oh
them the
no,
hell
no,
out. Oh
I
yes.
actually now have the rankings of all the Super Bowl wins over the Patriots. It goes Super Bowl 42,
Mm-mm.
then Super Bowl 46,
No.
then whatever the hell the Eagles did it,
No.
the Packers, and then at the
No.
bottom, you guys.
46-10. One of the biggest blowouts in Super Bowl history.
Well,
We're
yeah,
at
if
the top.
the Seahawks didn't
We are
have
at the top.
Sam Darnold as their quarterback, they probably would have put up 46.
Sam Darnold's now a Super Bowl winning quarterback. You can't say nothing about him. He is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. So, and there
Good
are,
for him.
and I'm very happy. There are a lot of Viking fans sitting at home right now, wondering what could have been because their
Hey,
quarterback from last year is now a Super Bowl winning quarterback. The quarterback they let
but
go.
what about the
So,
Jets?
yeah, for
They
the
drafted this
Jets,
guy.
yeah, they
They
drafted him,
they
gave
got
up
rid
on
of. They gave up on him for fucking Zach Wilson and Aaron
him.
Rodgers. They looked at Zach Wilson and said, "This kid is the future. Fuck you, Sam Darnold."
Mhm.
You can say what you want about the Giants and Daniel Jones, but at least we tried to develop him into something. And he
Yeah.
did turn out, he had a very good year, but at least we didn't give up on him after like 3 years. We kept on trying
Right.
to develop him. Well, the Jets' problem is that they get a quarterback. He either sucks or plays good in the first year, has a down year in the second year, and then they're like, oh, well, I guess you're not going to be good for the rest of your career. So then
Yeah.
they they leave. They get rid of him.
Yeah, you can't give up on somebody you took in third overall that quickly. Like you can't do that. But uh we're kicking off a new road to King of the Ring 2002. Listen, we're about to get Eddie
I just have to grab
Guerrero.
my food. I'm walking out. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I am taking on my ball and going home. Spoilers.
Yep. So I guess we're gonna have to wait on this one. um, so for the Super Bowl yesterday, uh, not a great game necessarily. It was pretty much a one sided game. Although Patriots did put up a fight a little bit in the fourth quarter, but overall the Seahawks handled that game and they got their revenge for the Marshawn Lynch game, not handing the ball off to him at the goal line at the 1 yard line. So they've gotten their revenge on the Patriots, and they've now won two Super Bowls. And obviously, the big talk is the halftime show battle. I watched Bad Bunny's halftime show. I'm not a big halftime show guy to begin with, but Bad Bunny's halftime show was pretty good. It had a great message at the end. He had Jessica Alba there, which I mean, Jessica Alba is extremely beautiful. So gets 10 out of 10 just for that alone. But in all seriousness, though, the message was good. I have no idea what the message was for Toilet Paper USA's halftime show. I don't know, but yeah, nothing wrong with Bad Bunny's performance. He got everybody dancing, and look, it had a great message to it. And Sam Darnold is now the first quarterback from the 2018 draft to win a Super Bowl. Something that just a couple of years ago, nobody, and you tell that to anybody, they would have laughed in your face. A draft that featured the almighty Josh Rosen.
I love Josh Rosen.
Yeah, the almighty Josh Rosen. No, I'm kidding, obviously. No, a draft that features Josh Allen, uh, Baker Mayfield.
Mayfield's
And
good though.
he is. He is. What's the
Houston.
Lamar Jackson? I don't know why I was forgetting her name.
He's
His
pretty
name.
good too.
Draft that featured Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Baker Mayfield. Three very good quarterbacks. Sam Darnold is the first quarterback out of that draft to win a Super Bowl. But anyway, as I was about to say before, I was rudely interrupted by Tro just deciding to leave the
I saw.
stream.
I'm back. I got visited by Jr. at the old ranch, and I decided to come back.
We are on the road to King of the Ring, and we are kicking the road off with the night after Judgment Day 2002, the May 20th, 2002 edition of Raw. And we kick the show off where with some sad news. They run a video package talking about Davy Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. He had passed away only a few days before this show. So they ran a nice little video package that Vince McMahon did voiceover for, and
Very
obviously,
good voiceover.
yeah, and obviously, rest in peace to Davy Boy Smith.
They
But
didn't have any
now,
of his WCW image, WCW stuff on there.
I don't think they did. No, yeah.
It was
See,
only
this was
they didn't even have his late WWE his '99 run either.
yeah, this was still only a couple years after WCW had ended, so WWE wasn't throwing the WCW footage out there. Although this is the same year they put out that NWO Back in Black DVD, but obviously
Yeah.
that was to get people interested in the new NWO. So I kind of understand that.
Well, it is also WCW's fault that he died, so
Sadly,
because they decided to put a fucking trap door and not tell anybody, and that led to painkillers and etc.
yeah.
So fuck WCW forever for that. Retroactively, you can blame the Warrior too, because why the fuck not? Fuck him.
So the show kicks off with Rob Van Dam coming down to the ring. Looks like they're starting a match here. But then out of nowhere, your new undisputed champion, The Undertaker, comes down, beats the hell out of RVD before he can even get to the ring. And then Undertaker gets into the ring with the microphone and says, and wonders if he has everyone's attention now. He says he doesn't know who Rob Van Dam thinks he is, but Undertaker knows that he himself is the new undisputed champion. And as undisputed champ, Undertaker has the right to start off Monday Night Raw whenever he wants. And not now that he's champ, there is going to be some changes around here. He says when he feels like he has something to say, he's going to say it. And if someone is in the ring at the time, they have two choices. One, move out of the way, or two, stay and get their ass beat. Well, RVD, even though he was not in the ring, he was in the way, and he didn't exactly have a choice in the matter. Um, he says RVD just got reacquainted with the number one rule in WWE, and is that you will respect the Undertaker. He says if anyone has a different opinion, then they can go down to the bus station and ask Hulk Hogan about the Undertaker. That's when Rob Van Dam is slowly starting to climb back into the ring. Undertaker just noticed that and just kicks him off the apron and knocks him back to the outside. And then Undertaker says that he did what he said he was going to do, and that was kill Hulkamania. And then he says, Hulkamania, rest in peace. Thursday night, Hogan will announce his retirement. That will obviously be our next review. That SmackDown episode, we will be getting to that soon. And Undertaker says he expects a thank you from Hulk Hogan for Undertaker allowing Hogan to make this announcement. Obviously, he didn't destroy him. He didn't kill him. He left him around so he can announce his retirement. So Undertaker feels like he deserves a thank you for that. Undertaker says he doesn't care if you're a legend like Hulk Hogan or a punk like Rob Van Dam. If you cross the Undertaker's path and do not change directions, you will pay consequences. That is when RVD gets back in the ring and he fights back, and that before he's pulled off by the referees. But Undertaker, they get RVD to the outside, trying to get him to the back because he needs medical attention. He's all bloodied from the beatdown earlier, but Van Dam doesn't care. He runs back into the ring and hits Undertaker with the spinning wheel kick, and then hits him with the 5-star frog splash. Starts beating on him again, but the refs pull him away, and Undertaker runs off. A really good segment here to give us what our main event ultimately is, and we will get to that real soon. But I think it's a great, Undertaker being that disrespectful champion who thinks everything is owed to him, and RVD just not backing down. So I thought it was a good segment to kick off the show. What did you think, Tro?
I thought it was good. I'm sure you were very happy to see the Undertaker to come down just to make sure that we don't have a match to open the show.
Oh yeah, that's what should happen. That is what should happen anytime the WWE decides we're gonna open up a show with a weekly show with a match. Somebody should come down to the ring, whoever's supposed to start the show off with this match, and then another guy's supposed to come right behind and beat the shit out of him and cut a promo. That's exactly what should happen.
Taker said, "We ain't starting the show with a fucking match. We're starting it with a fucking promo. The fuck you think we're doing here?" But it was good. It's nice to see Taker and RVD get some more time together since their hardcore championship rivalry from
only a few months. Yeah, only a few months ago this time.
Here's the interesting thing about RVD. He's kind of in the limbo of before he gets the IC title, I think.
Right.
And then challenges. He gets in the world title picture in September and stays there until
Survivor.
After Survivor Series, where he gets punished.
Yeah, because he does. He faces.
He gets punished.
Yeah.
He gets punished for almost killing Triple H for the shoot. But RVD is still so popular at this time, which is great. But it's also kind of that common problem that WWE even has now. It's this guy is so over with the crowd, but you're not pushing him to that extra level and harnessing the heat. Now, at this point, it makes sense because they're not going to put the title on RVD, except maybe they will. Who knows? Giving him the IC title, I think, was a smart idea when they did it to keep him hot. But I feel like you maybe could have gotten. He could have won the world title at some point this year.
I disagree with it. I am a big RVD fan, and I disagree with that last part because
I know you want Triple H to hold the title forever to this day, never lose it. Never lose.
I'm not even talking about just Triple H. Just look at who was in the WWE at this time. All these mega stars. Van Dam was not ready to be champion when you got guys like Austin. Austin's still there. Hogan's still there. Obviously, they would leave later on, but even after they leave, you still got Triple H, you still got Brock Lesnar. I know he's on SmackDown, but there's so much star power that a guy like RVD, you're not gonna take the belt from any of the stars and put it on RVD at that point. When they did it in '06, okay, that was fine, but sadly RVD
Then he got
got caught with which is
marijuana.
a weird reason to take the belt off somebody just because they got pulled over and had
Now,
marijuana
now,
in their
Frank,
car.
if
But
little Tommy sees that RVD is smoking the marijuana, little Tommy will smoke the marijuana.
yeah, okay,
Can't you
that's
think
I.
of the children?
I was a teenager at the time that RVD got pulled over, and I was listening to a bunch of rappers talk about how they drink syrup, which is a very dangerous drink, and I
And then you
never
started.
partook. Nope, I never partook in
Uh,
it.
are you saying all these parent groups that say that their kids are influenced by TV might be wrong and maybe they should be a parent?
Uh,
Weird,
That's absolutely what I am.
weird concept. I know about parent being a parent. Huh. Because
So,
I know after Judgment Day 04, little Tommy
yeah,
was outside cutting his best friend's
oh, absolutely,
face with a.
absolutely.
I need to make you bleed like Eddie Guerrero did. If Eddie Guerrero can bleed, if I bleed like Eddie Guerrero, I can be WWE champion.
Oh my gosh, yikes! So, right after that, we have Ric Flair and Arn Anderson in Flair's office. That's when Undertaker runs into the office and demands a match with Rob Van Dam. To which Ric Flair says, "Sure, you got it. And it's for the title." Undertaker's like, "Whoa, whoa! I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that." Undertaker is once the match, he gets it. He's okay with that, but he is pissed at the fact that title's on the line. He punches the wall, screams "damn it," and exits. And that is when Ric Flair turns to Arn Anderson and tells him that tonight he will throw Stone Cold Steve Austin a curveball that Austin has never seen coming. I thought this was a good little segment. You pick up from the segment prior that set up the main event. Then you announce the main event in this little backstage segment here, and then you get people a little interested in what's going to happen later on tonight before the main event. And what's Ric Flair talking about when he says he's going to throw a curveball to Stone Cold Steve Austin? We're going to find out later on. But Tro, your thoughts on this backstage segment here?
I forget if Flair was a full heel at this point, but I like how Taker's like, you're finally seeing the light. Like, oh, you're finally coming to the dark side. You're finally seeing the way I see things.
Yeah, yeah.
Finally seeing eye to eye with Vince. Who actually, I think Vince leaves. He steps
Well,
down as GM soon. I think Stephanie comes back.
yeah, that would
Um,
be in July. This is May.
was that in
So,
July?
yeah, it was literally a week
Hmm.
before my birthday that year. It was the July 15th SmackDown.
But it's cool to see Undertaker, Ric Flair, given their
Yeah.
WrestleMania 8. You know, Ric Flair's surprisingly okay to be around this guy who kicked his son's ass.
Yeah, he is. But it's not like a I'm cool with you now type of thing. I mean, obviously putting the belt on the line, Undertaker didn't want that.
Yeah, but
He still doesn't like Undertaker.
I like that Flair's like, you're the champ. You
Yeah.
gotta like, well, you're gonna have to defend your title at some point, buddy. So
Yeah.
defend it. You think you're just gonna take the? You ain't Hulk Hogan, brother. You
Yeah.
gotta defend the title.
So now
Like,
we
God
have
damn it.
so now we have the Hardys who are about to pull double duty tonight, taking on NWO's X-Pac and Big Show with new NWO member Booker T at ringside. So this was a bit of a quick tag match, but crowd was into it. It wasn't that bad a match. It was decent. At one point, Booker T tried to run interference, went for like the jumping scissor, like the jumping kick that he always does, and he ended up falling out of the ring. And that's when Goldust, dressed as Elvis, came out to try to help Booker T, and it ended up costing NWO the match. The Hardys win this
Wait.
one. Go ahead.
He wasn't dressed as Elvis. He was dressed as the Honky Tonk Man.
Elvis, Honky Tonk Man, whatever. They were in Memphis, so he was clearly dressed as Elvis.
Honky Tonk Man is the king's cousin. Just saying. Or brother-in-law, whatever the hell it is. They bring it up once, never again.
So after the match, Big Show and X-Pac are yelling at Booker T because of obviously Goldust getting involved in the match. Like I said, it was a decent match. What are your thoughts on this tag match here, Tro?
Yeah, the Hardys are pretty spry for two guys who just got their ass kicked by Brock Lesnar the night before. But that was fine. Yeah, this is the late stage NWO. Yep. They're circling the drain of relevancy and entertainment. They've lost Scott Hall.
Sadly, yeah.
Hogan ain't there.
He's there. He's just a baby face now.
Well, yeah, he's also on SmackDown, so
yeah, and on SmackDown, yeah.
So it doesn't exactly, help.
Yeah.
They need some big sexy help.
Yeah, it might come later tonight. We'll see. So now after that, we have Trish Stratus backstage, and this was around the time that Paul Heyman would be the slime ball that he is, and it would lead to a lot of weird backstage segments with female wrestlers, and this was one of them. Paul Heyman tells Trish that he was watching SmackDown last week, and seeing Trish in her bra and panties is an image that Paul Heyman has not gotten out of his mind since last night. When she defended her title at Judgment Day last night, in Paul Heyman's mind, she looked just like a woman. And then Paul Heyman later that night in his match where he defeated the Hardys with a pinfall victory, he absolutely decimated the Hardys with nobody's help. He says
he's the best.
Yeah. He says that it made him feel just like a man. He thinks he asked Trish then if she wants to get together tonight, to which Trish says, "Excuse me, Paul, I have a match tonight." And she walks off, and Heyman says, "Oh, that's not a no." A bit of a weird. So again, we saw this with Heyman when we did the Road to Backlash with the stuff with Lita. I think they could have did without this. I know Heyman's a heel, actually, obviously. I get that, but could have did without.
It's so weird because Paul Heyman's character, for much of a slimeball he is, he's never been this type of slimeball to women. Right. I don't think in kayfabe he ever respects women, but I don't think he's ever been like, I need to do this and that. Even in ECW, he respected the woman because he made them as hardcore as the men.
Yeah.
So I don't exactly, because I don't remember what he was like on commentary with the women, but I can almost assure you he probably was better than King, who all he thinks is, I don't care if they can wrestle good. They have boobs. Look at their boobs. Look at their boobs. Look at their boobs, JR. And that was a chick kick. But boobs, JR.
On commentary, you mean in 2001?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't like that. Heyman wasn't like that.
Exactly. Yeah. He was too busy trying to piss off JR.
Yeah, that's what made their time on commentary so
J
entertaining.
JR's like, come on, fawn over the woman. Come on, talk about the boobs. They are very good competitors, JR. God damn it. Talk about their fucking talk about their boobs, god damn it.
So right after that, we have the NWO and Goldust. NWO being Big Show, X Pac, and Booker T, and then Goldust over there dressed as Elvis still. Big Show and X Pac are yelling at Booker T again because of Goldust. Big Show says he has had it and he is taken over as the leader. And that's when everybody starts arguing. X Pac says, "Hey, I've been here since the beginning. If anybody's going to be the leader, it's going to be me." Goldust then says, "Hey, if you guys let me join, let me be the leader." To which everybody, including Booker T, yells, "No!" And then that's when Booker T says he's going to be the leader, and he'll prove it tonight by beating the Hardys, which is like a double take because like the Hardys are wrestling again. Yeah, they are. And Booker also said that he's going to do what they couldn't do by beating the Hardys, they being X Pac and Big Show. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Now I know they would never bring this up because it's often forgotten. But Goldust could have been like, well, my father was part of the NWO and WCW.
That's true. That's
So,
true.
so I have some kind of, I mean, Xbox, you have, well, I guess six. Do you have a angle to join? Big Show, you have an angle to join. Booker T, you didn't. You have. I at least have a father who was in the NWO, even though we'll never bring up that my father's Dusty Rhodes.
Booker T off screen never wanted to be behind the scenes, never wanted to be in the NWO. So that obviously meant that on screen, Booker T was the type of guy who was against NWO. I think they did. I think they did a segment on Nitro once where the NWO asked Booker to join, and Booker said, "Hell no." Well, obviously that was because he had a team with Stevie Ray, his brother, and ultimately Stevie Ray became a member of Black and White. But that was long after. That was back when it was all pretty much done for. And I don't know if that by that point they were trying to make Booker a singles guy, I think.
Yeah. So I guess Dusty would have been booking or maybe booking TNA by this point because TNA had just started. I think either the week of.
No, not yet. No. This is a whole month before. The
TNA starts. Yeah, that's right. Because Slammiversary is in June.
Yeah, June 19th, 2002 is the date of the first. So a month from yesterday, meaning yesterday as of this show, was when TNA opened their doors for the first time.
Yeah. Bro, I can feel it in my bones, bro. I'm coming back, bro.
So that was an entertaining segment there. NWO Goldust, that was pretty entertaining, and it's telling the story of how NWO does not have a leader, with which that story takes place and gets a conclusion at the end, all over on this show. Now we have Trish Stratus defending her WWE title against Jacqueline. A pretty funny connection to our last. A pretty funny connection to our last Road to, where JR brings up the fact that Jacqueline is really good at the intergender matches. It's funny that he brought that up because we're transitioning from a Road to where on the pay-per-view Jacqueline worked an intergender match, but this was also a couple of years. Mention that they don't really talk about WCW a lot, but at this point, but this was only a couple of years removed from when Jacqueline was feuding with Disco in 1997. So they sort of referenced WCW here, but obviously they did. JR didn't turn around and be like, "Well, she beat Disco Inferno once a couple of years ago in WCW." He didn't say that, obviously.
King is like, JR's like, Do you ever think that one day maybe she'll win a title, win a men's title, and she's like, "What? A woman winning a men's title? That's impossible, Jr. That'll never happen. What do you think? We live in the wild, wild west. Women are for cooking and cleaning, and I like mine young. She's a bit too old for me. She's over 20."
Oh my gosh. Um,
I'm
so
surprised he's
Trish,
not have some titles.
so Trish gets the win, defeating Jacqueline. It was sort of a short match and not really much to talk about. But after the match, Paul Heyman comes out with Brock Lesnar and says that Trish did not give Paul Heyman an answer, and Brock doesn't like it when people don't give Paul Heyman answers. That's when Heyman says we could do this the nice way, where Trish says yes, or we can do this the rough way, where Trish says no. He asks Trish if it's a yes or a no, and that is when Trish mouths the word no. So Brock Lesnar does his jump on the apron, gets into the ring, corners Trish Stratus, and that is when Bubba Ray Dudley comes down. He stares down Brock Lesnar, and Paul Heyman is obviously holding Brock Lesnar back. And that's the end of that. Brock and Bubba setting something up in a future episode that should come. I think it comes up next week. I think, if I'm not mistaken, but we will get to that soon. Um, this was okay. I like that. You had Bubba Ray Dudley essentially be like, "Hey, only me and Devon can attack Trish." And we put her through a table 2 years ago, but now I'm on her side. No, but seriously, this was a good way to. You obviously have recently broke up the Dudleys, and you want to make Bubba Dudley a babyface singles competitor. This is a nice way to do it. He comes in and saves Trish, and now he's staring down the guy that is obviously taking over the company at this point. Put him in a short little program where he's fighting for Trish. And again, like I said, we're going to get to that, I believe, on the next Raw. But what did you think about this here, True?
But it was good. It's a little weird that Brock Lesnar would be so willing to follow Paul Heyman into Brock, you gotta help me get this girl. Why the hell would I care? Why do I care? Please.
He said, "Please." That's why.
He said, please. See, Brock Lesnar, he's a man of reason.
Yeah,
All you have to do is ask him to say please,
exactly.
and he'll listen.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's good to keep Bubba around here. He's a good veteran hand here.
Yeah.
To work with Brock, as his brother is busy with Batista on SmackDown.
Excuse you, Deacon
Deacon,
Batista. Get
Deacon
it
Leviathan.
right. And next, who the hell asked for these? Who the hell asked for these? A day in the life of Tommy Dreamer. Some of the most disgusting vignettes that WWE has ever ran. So in this
They
one,
played Tommy Ball.
Yeah, so this one, Tommy Dreamer is getting his hair cut. And as he's getting his hair cut, he tells his barber, the best way for your hair to grow back is you eat your hair. So as the
Oh, there you
barber's
go, Frank.
shaving, no, never. I ain't
All
doing
you
that.
have to do is eat your hair, Frank, and
No,
you'll
thank
get
you.
a full head of
No, thank you. No, thank you. So the barber is cutting Dreamer's hair, and Dreamer is picking the hair up and eating it.
I
Disgusting.
mean, to be fair, he does have a full head of hair.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's not how
can
he
you
gets it.
can you prove it's not? Can you prove it?
And then Tommy Dreamer with the line of the night. Do you want to see me commit barbicide?
Come on.
Who asked for this? He then takes the barbicide thing, that blue liquid. I don't even know what it's for. I see it all the time when you get haircuts.
It's to
I have no
disinfect
idea.
the
To,
scissors, I think.
okay, the disinfecting the
I don't
scissor.
know.
Okay, well he takes that and drinks it. Ugh. And then he's like, "Don't shortchange me with the hair gel." And the barber's like, "Oh, you need some more?" And he's like, "Yeah." He takes like a handful and eats the hair gel. My gosh! And then
They
the most disgusting part of the whole freaking vignette, as the barber is sweeping the hair into the dustpan. The dustpan. Tommy Dreamer picks hair that not only was on the floor, but he takes it out of the dustpan and eats it.
this man's gonna have a freaking lion's mane by the end of this week.
Again, who asked for this? This
Pull up,
wasn't
get
the
top.
only this wasn't the only day in the life of Tommy Dreamer's vignette. There were like 3 or 4 of them. It was completely disgusting. And the conclusion of it was we get an even more disgusting segment in the ring with Dreamer and Undertaker.
Now that was disgusting.
It really was. You don't think
That
this
was.
was disgusting? You don't think eating hair out of a dustpan?
I mean, ten
What
out
is
of
this?
nine scientists say eating your hair does grow it back. I mean, look, Tommy Dreamer wanted to be on TV.
Oh
He
my.
said, "I'll do anything to be on TV." And Vince, I guess, we were finding out more and more what Vince's kinks are. I guess
Oh.
eating hair is. I want you to eat hair. I want you to eat the dustpan. I want you to drink.
Never tell Vince McMahon that you are willing to do anything to get on TV. I think we already know that you never. And obviously, back in 2002, we may not have known that as fans. Obviously, I wasn't even a fan yet, so obviously I didn't know. But you got to think people who were working for the guy back then knew. You got
But
to think.
that's how Molly Holly got her head shaved. She said, "I'll do anything for a WrestleMania match,
But
even get your head shaved."
didn't she say that on television though? Wasn't that like part of the storyline? Because she said it to Austin, I think, and Austin was
She
like,
still
"Well,
said
okay."
that.
Oh, she
She,
okay.
she, she wanted a WrestleMania payday. If she
Wow.
wasn't on the show, there wouldn't have been any women's title match. It would have just been fill your fantasy crowd. Whatever.
Where are we now? Oh yeah, okay. That disgusting ass skit. So now
Segment of the
RVD's
night.
no hell no. RVD's in the back getting stitched up by the doctor, and the doctor tells him, uh you are not he essentially tells him you can't go out there tonight. And obviously RVD isn't hearing any of that. He Undertaker has to pay. And a decent little segment there with RVD getting stitched up and being told he can't go tonight. And
Tom,
what are you gonna say?
Tommy Dreamer comes out. I'll eat those stitches when you cut them.
Oh my gosh! Oh,
I'll eat the. I'll eat all your stitches.
ah, what a horrible vignette. Day in the life of Tommy Dreamer. Y'all complained so much. Y'all complained so much about Vince Russo putting a prop on an actor, but y'all don't complain about these skits. Are you
Because
kidding
no
me?
one remembers it.
They were horrible. But anybody can remember. These people
The
remember
only
everything. They
the only
remember
segment
everything,
from this that people remember is him eating Undertaker's spit.
which was disgusting too. That was the
That's the
worst in
only
the
thing
segments,
people
the
remember.
vignettes. So
Yeah, because that was the crescendo of
yeah.
disgusting ass shit.
Yeah, what a build. What a build, man. It all came to something even more disgusting. Anyway,
He gets fired
European
at the end of the year.
Oh yeah, that's true. European title: William Regal defending against our new hero here, Bubba Ray Dudley, fresh off saving Trish Stratus. Bubba Ray Dudley and William Regal. This one ends after obviously Brock Lesnar runs in, F5's Bubba, and then Molly Holly, who is at Regal's side here during this time, hands Regal his brass knucks, and Bubba gets hit in the back of the head with the brass knuckles. A good way to set, again, continuing this new feud of Brock versus Bubba that we're going to get for about 1 week next week. Regal, I don't know if Regal and Bubba continued after this, so if it didn't, I don't know why you'd have Regal hit Bubba Ray with the brass knucks, but what are you going to do about that? Thoughts on this, Tro?
It was just a match to extend the Brock and Bubba stuff.
Right.
I mean, it's nice to see the European title. It's pretty useless in 2002. But I thought it would have been kind of nice to have seen an actual full length European title given, Davey Boy Smith making that title famous. But
Yeah.
that's neither here. That's neither here or there, I guess.
Now we have Ric Flair and Arn Anderson coming to the ring, where Ric Flair's plan at Judgment Day backfired, and well, essentially Ric Flair is coming out to tell everybody that he has a plan B, and he wants Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out and hear what plan B is. So that's when Austin comes out, and essentially Ric Flair tells him that plan B is you're riding the bench. You are benched.
Oh, come on.
All of a sudden, pro wrestling has become baseball. Ric Flair's throwing curveballs at Austin, and Austin is benched.
Look, Stone Cold has been batting below the Mendoza line for about 2 weeks. I get that you love him, Frank. I get that he's a legend, but he's just striking out at every single curveball. I think he wants to leave the team. I'm not sure. I think he should be benched, and I don't think we should have signed him for as long as we did.
So after this, Stone Cold's benching. He attacks Arn Anderson, hits a couple stunners, I think, on Arn and Flair, and that's the end of that. I thought this was a good segment. You're building up, obviously. You're continuing, I should say. You're gonna build. They're gonna start building up what they want to do for Austin at King of the Ring, but you are continuing the Flair Austin storyline, which I don't care what anybody says. The Flair Austin storyline was pretty good. And this was a good segment. Austin gets benched, and getting benched ends up leading to Austin running into his next opponent, as we will get to real soon. But before that, the Hardy Boys taking on Elvis and Booker T. But did I ask your opinions on this segment here with Austin?
Well, first, I'm surprised that Arn Anderson took a center given how bad his neck is.
Yes.
He should have also just pulled out the clock and shot Austin. So,
he did.
Yeah, he always has the clock.
He did hit a spine buster on Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Which can't be good for your neck either, to pick up a guy as big as Undertaker, and slam him down to the mat like that.
What I love about this time period of Austin, knowing what we know, is that he is so pissed off, so checked out, so uninterested in everything that's going around him right now that it's going to take literally this. He's already on his.
What do you mean knowing that what we know? We know that he's going to face an opponent for King of the Ring that we're going to get to real soon. We're going to talk about that real soon. What do you mean knowing what we know?
I wonder who that could be. Well, knowing Stone Cold, obviously he's going to go over on whoever that person is.
Well, he's the biggest star in the company. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Creative always has the best plans for him.
We're going to get to who his opponent for King of the Ring was.
Oh, by the way, be sure to check out Bite This week.
Oh yeah, yeah. They did a
It's gonna
bite
be
this I think, with Austin on it. Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
I've heard about it. It was great, and then he went on and wrestled at King of the Ring, and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
won the won the title, faced Triple H at the Unforgiven, and wrestled until 2006.
There you go. So again, Hardy Boys taking on Elvis
Poor
and
Hardy
Booker
Boys.
T, and we have Raven on commentary. This
Hey,
is setting up. This is actually setting up your main event for King of the Ring 2002, where Raven just comes in and actually he essentially sounds like how you sounded a minute ago talking about Lawler, where he says that Lawler doesn't call the match, he just talks about puppies all.
I,
all
hey guys, Raven. Hey guys, Raven here.
I think you're
I
getting mixed up there. I think you're getting
I used to be part of a flock in WCW and ECW. Now we're gonna dissect here when I crucified a man. I crucified a man and made Kurt Angle never want to be a professional wrestler. And now
Yeah.
I'm doing this fucking strange ass fallen angel disciple gimmick. Hey guys, remember when I killed? Hey guys, remember when I killed Moppy last year? Where's Paris Saturn now? Gone.
Yeah. So Matt Hardy ends up winning this match with a small package. That's about all you could say about the tag match. I think the Hardys' other tag match was on this night was a little better, but hey, the Hardy Boys on May 20th, 2002, they are 2-0. You can never take that away from them. On the
They're
exact date of
perfect.
May 20th, 2002, they are undefeated. 2-0.
Undefeated.
Thoughts on the tag match here? Not much for to
It
say
was
about it.
just it was just a quick. I mean, I feel kind of feel bad for the Hardys having to work two matches in one night
Yeah.
and get their ass kicked by Brock the night before.
But again, this is a weekly show, and the a weekly show is not about putting on a bunch of big matches for 10, 5,
Yeah,
10
but
minutes.
still,
They're building stuff up here for the pay per view. I don't have nothing wrong with any of this. Now we have
let me
Stone
say
Cold.
having the Hardys work twice is
Oh
kind of
yeah, no, I don't. But they had a reason for that too because Booker T wants to show NWO who the leader is. So NWO just lost to the Hardys. Well, Booker T's gonna go out and beat the Hardys. Well, now he hasn't. So
I'm
now
surprised the Hardys are
NWO,
okay with this.
yeah, now
What
NWO
if they're
still
like, fuck
doesn't.
you?
Now NWO still doesn't know who their leader is, and well, we'll see if we find out in a few minutes. First, we have a karaoke bar, and Jerry Lawler, being the Memphis guy that he is, immediately knows the bar. I forgot the name of it, but he's like, "Yeah, I know that bar." Blah blah blah. And Raven, I guess, said something too, making fun of him. But it is Stone Cold Steve Austin and Deborah then show up at the bar, and we cut back to the ring. There will be more on that soon. There really wasn't much. That's just setting up something for later on in the show. But now we go back to the ring. Goldust is still down. NWO is standing around him, and essentially they just argue with each other again until Kevin Nash comes out. And
Here's the squad again.
Kevin Kevin Nash essentially says that this needs to stop, and he tells Booker T that we're cool with having a five-time world champion on the show if you're cool with it. On the in the group, excuse me, if you're cool with it, they all do the too sweet, and that's the end of that. Kevin Nash brought unity to the NWO, and he is essentially the leader now because of it. And I thought that was pretty good. I enjoyed the story of NWO needing a leader and then finally getting one. I thought that was an okay story to tell throughout the night. Your thoughts on it?
I thought it was fine. But at this point, the NWO is still circling the drain of relevancy. I mean,
Mm.
you can add Kevin Nash all you want. He can't wrestle. His quads are made out of glass.
Sadly, he does end up getting injured not too long after this.
I thought he was already hurt.
No, he gets hurt in July.
Oh,
That's why Vengeance all of a sudden
that's
becomes the
right. Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. That's why the NWO breaks up because he got hurt.
Yeah, and then Vengeance all of a sudden becomes Triple H has to either pick SmackDown or Raw instead of picking. I think it was originally going to be he either picks NWO or SmackDown. I guess I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, because Shawn Michaels joins the NWO in
Yes,
June,
right.
and he comes out to Vengeance with his NWO shirt on,
Yeah,
and then says, "Come to Raw and we can be DX."
yeah. That's funny. So now right after that, we have Eddie Guerrero at the bar. Well, first before that, Austin and Deborah are sitting at the bar. Um, Austin gets a drink from the bartender. Bartender says a beer for the man and a teddy bear for the lady. And Austin's like, "What the hell?" The bartender says that gentleman over there gave her that teddy bear, and the camera cuts to Eddie Guerrero. We are
Oh my!
getting Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Eddie Guerrero at King of the Ring 2002. How about that?
What about his mother?
She hasn't
And his
had the
mother
heart
were. Oh, watch out! Stone Cold's coming for you. He has the touch of death.
attack. Yeah. Again, we're
Weird ass
continuing.
haircut on Eddie too.
Yeah. So again, we cut to back to the arena, and Raven is just fed up with Jerry Lawler, as he had made it apparent throughout the time he had come to the announce booth. Raven gets on the mic and essentially challenges Jerry Lawler to a match. Lawler accepts for late, and that is going to be later tonight. Now we have Deborah asking Austin to sing. And just as he agrees to do it, walks up to the mic stand. Eddie Guerrero runs in front of him, and they essentially just start talking to each other. Like Austin's like, "Hey, didn't you see me coming up to the mic? What are you doing?" And that's when we get Raven versus Jerry Lawler. Uh, this was okay. Again, this was done because they were in Memphis. Obviously, Jerry Lawler's hometown, JR's hometown. Around this time, wherever they are, whether it was Lawler's hometown or JR's hometown, they had to do something. They would always do something. And what they did here was essentially announcer versus announcer, because Raven, I believe, was the Heat announcer of this time.
It might have been.
I believe he was, yeah. He was also an announcer in during the New Generation era, and him, and
Johnny Polo never happened.
yes, it did, and it was a very entertaining character.
Never happened.
He and Gorilla Monsoon did some commentary, and one of my favorite tapes from the New Generation era was inside WWE, and Johnny Polo, not known as Raven yet, but Johnny Polo is one of the biggest reasons for that. I think him and Gorilla Monsoon were pretty good on commentary. But anyway, Raven walks out on this match. He asked for it, but he walks out on it and gets counted out. Before that, the match itself was fine. The crowd was into it. Obviously, Jerry Lawler in Memphis, they were very into it. But, obviously not a long match. Raven ends up walking out. So Lawler gets the win in his hometown. You can tell that, that gets the fans happy, obviously. Your thoughts, Tro, on Raven versus Jerry Lawler?
I like that King always has his tights on.
Yeah.
He's always ready for action.
Yeah. Oh, and Jerry Lawler got the jobber entrance in his own hometown.
Yeah, but what are they going to do? Send him up to the ring? I mean, send him up to the ramp and then have him do the entrance?
They had plenty of time to do it. You had you had that segment I think there were a couple of segments after they were quick ones, but still, he had plenty of times to walk all the way back to Gorilla and then come
Look,
back out.
at least we heard his theme, Gates of Kiev.
Yeah,
That's the name of the song. It's a good song. It's a good song.
Yeah. So now we cut back to the bar where Austin sings Margaritaville, and Eddie Guerrero is just sitting there with a couple of women, and he is not having any of this. He's not enjoying it. Austin walks over. He's like, "What? You're not enjoying my music? Blah blah blah." Um, so he turns around and walks away. And Eddie Guerrero takes a beer bottle and smashes it over Austin's head, back of his head. And again, this is setting it up. We're getting Eddie Guerrero versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at King of the Ring 2002.
Yes.
How about it?
Cannot wait. And I love that Austin is singing Margaritaville. A throwback to that just incredible build to the fate of the WWF and WCW before Survivor Series.
Yeah, 2001. Yes. I enjoyed the Eddie Guerrero Austin segments here. It's a shame that obviously we never got this match. Austin obviously walks out. We are going to, well, obviously we're going to get to it. It's a part of the road to.
This is why he walked out. He got pissed off that Eddie Guerrero did not appreciate his singing.
Right.
And that was the final straw. Yeah, people think it was him against Brock on free TV, but it was actually that motherfucker Eddie Guerrero. He didn't appreciate me singing Margaritaville. Hit me in the back of the head with a bottle. The fuck is wrong with him? I'm gonna find his mother and I'm gonna give her the touch of death.
You know what it might be? I think we didn't see everything that went on in that bar that night. Something may have happened that we didn't see prior to this last segment here, where Stone Cold was mysteriously wearing a red hat at that bar. We never saw it, but Eddie Guerrero decided that he was going to get up on that stage and he was going to sing and have everybody dancing, and he was going to sing in a different language. And Stone Cold said, "Why is this guy singing? I can't understand."
God damn, son. Speak American.
Yep. That's why Austin walked out.
Yeah, he was Austin sang Cowboy before he started singing Margaritaville. I'm a cowboy.
Did Austin after that sing about how it's mandatory?
It's mandatory. Well, you see that Jerry Lawler actually really loves Kid Rock. He's a big fan.
Oh my goodness!
he loves that verse, and it's pretty ironic because Vince McMahon also loves Kid Rock, and that's a shoot. That's legit. He loves Kid Rock.
Yeah. Oh boy. When Austin sang the Cowboy song, was his were there any technical difficulties where the sync was completely off?
Is that what happened last night at the?
Yeah. When
all I know is that he I guess they shot beer bottles at some point.
I did not see that. I didn't watch the halftime show, but I've seen clips where Kid Rock is singing and it's completely off sync.
I mean, look, I am going to admit that there's only two Kid Rock songs I liked.
Kid Rock,
and one of them is Cowboy, and the other is All Summer Long. But the Cowboy is only because I like the beat and I like the opening.
Wait,
it sounds
the
like Jeff
one?
Jarrett. All Summer Long.
Oh, so okay. Which
the only song that's ever played on the radio.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess he also did Undertaker's theme at one point, didn't
He did. That's why
he? Yeah,
wasn't
that's
it
right. American
oh
Badass.
yeah, and he actually says I'm a
Oh yeah.
cowboy, badass is back.
Yeah, you see that? That's the thing. He, he he uses his own songs within his newer songs.
That's
Oh
funny.
boy, Undertaker. I'm a I'm a cowboy. I love Kid Rock.
Well, of course he does.
Oh
He wears the red hat too. Undertaker wears the red
no!
hat
No,
too.
he does. He doesn't wear the red hat. He backs the blue. He has not said a damn thing about Ice. He wasn't. He wasn't at the RNC.
He may not have said anything about ice, but he wears the red hat. I think he's been very public about that. I
He's
ain't
just
saying
been
anything.
very
I ain't saying he sides with ice or anything, but
done. You
he
the current
signed.
president met him
Yeah,
at
that
WrestleMania
guy.
23 and wished him luck. And Undertaker used that wish for good luck and beat Batista for the world title. That's what
Hold on a minute. Let me look this up.
well, he's a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Well,
See,
at
I
least
know. I know.
he's right. He's right wing. I don't know if he's a Trump supporter outright, but he's conservative. You can be right wing and conservative and not be a Trump supporter.
That's true.
He's
But
Trump's kind of pushed the line to the far right a little too much.
yeah.
But it's okay because we also have the far left who are just equally stupid. Two sides of the
Yeah.
same coin. Stupid as fuck.
Speaking of the guy who wears the red hat, he is now. Did I ask him? Give your thoughts on
Yes, I do.
the? Okay. Now we have him in the main event, the guy who wears the red hat, and he is taking on Rob Van Dam for the
Oh, I thought it was RVD.
RVD, Rob Van Dam, same person.
Where's the red hat?
What you mean? Undertaker's the guy that wears the red hat, not RVD.
Are you sure it's not RVD?
Are you
Cool,
telling
whatever,
me?
man. Legalize weed, man. Whatever, cool, whatever, dude.
So
I'm so fucking high. I'm high all the time.
So this would be nowhere near the level of the Jeff Hardy match that we would see. We're not going to get to on the road to King of the Ring here, but we would see only about a couple months later in early July. I think it was July 2nd, the July 2nd Raw. That was obviously an epic match. This match, not necessarily on that level, but still okay. And they give you the tease here where Rob Van Dam wins the title. He gets the pin
Dusty finish.
Dusty finish. Yeah, he gets that pin 1, 2, 3, but Undertaker's foot was on the ropes, and that's when Ric Flair says, "Hold on a minute, his feet were on the ropes." Restart the match. Undertaker immediately hits a last ride for the pin 1, 2, 3. Undertaker retains, and Jerry Lawler makes the wrong statement of the night where he says Undertaker just became the first guy to win the title 2 times in a span of 24 hours. The match was restarted, so
No.
Rob Van Dam never became Undisputed Champion in the first place.
Well, they listened to me and they put the title on RVD, and then they listened to you and put it back on Undertaker. Within the span of 2 minutes, they're like, "Oh shit, we just gave the title to RVD." Rick, go out there quickly.
The match was restarted because the foot was on the rope, so there's no title change.
This is what I don't like. I don't like that they arbitrarily pick when to enforce the rules, because sometimes you have the foot on the rope and the ref doesn't see it, and then it's just, well, that's the decision. But Ric Flair can come out here like, we're not putting the title on RV. You are going to the big card. Taker, his foot was under the ropes. Rob, I will see you. And September. Woo!
It's part of being a heel. You look the other way when the baby face loses when he's got his foot on the ropes, but when the heel loses with his foot on the ropes, obviously the heel is going to come out and point that out and say restart the match.
Flair hated Van Dam in 2002, and I'm just realizing that
Who
because
can blame
he
him?
fucks him. He fucks him over here, and he fucks him over at Unforgiven.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
I really don't want to see you become a world champion. And then when he becomes WWE champion, here, have some of my weed, have fun. Conspiracy theory. Ric Flair playing the long game, gives Rob Van Dam pot once he becomes champion, gets him arrested. I did it. I got rid of him. Woo!
That's an interesting conspiracy theory from our boy
It's a
Conspiracy
conspiracy.
Troll. So for the match itself, I thought it was okay. It was a decent match. They gave the fans. They essentially previewed like some sort of like they did with Lex Luger in '93, or like they did with Benoit in 2000, just to get a gauge of what the fan reaction would be if they make this guy champ. Well, they did that here with RVD. Um, for the show overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give this a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was a good show. The whole stuff with Undertaker and Van Dam was really good. The NWO stuff was fine. Eddie Guerrero and Austin are setting up a big match there for King of the Ring. That was good. So yeah, I'd give it 7.5 out of 10. What do you give it, Joe?
I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10.
All right.
I really
So,
enjoyed the main event. Opening was
oh yeah,
good.
well, yeah. What was your thoughts on me, man? I should ask.
It was good. It was a
Yeah.
good main event. Good dusty finish. Um,
Okay.
and obviously, I think we can both agree our segment of the night was the Tommy Dreamer segment.
No, segment of the night would be the opener. Match of the night,
Obviously,
easily Van Dam Undertaker. Um, but segment of the night, the Tommy Dreamer one, not even close. That is one of the worst segments that WWE has ever done. That was disgusting.
don't worry, it'll get worse.
But yeah, so overall, out of 10.
Yes, it's 6 out of 10. 6.5 out of
Oh,
10.
6. Oh, okay. So coming up in the future, we will be doing the SmackDown episode, which is just 3 days later, the May 23rd, 2002 SmackDown. Is Hulk Hogan about to announce his retirement? That's what
I
they're
guess so.
saying. We're about to find out pretty soon. And then for the Islander fans out there, we will be recapping the month of January for the Islanders sometime soon. We essentially have enough time here with the roster shutdowns and everything, and there's obviously no games to talk about. And obviously, after that, after we do January, we are not going to do any recaps until the month of April, when we recap February and March together.
I,
So
I'll
hopefully
be
by
doing a
then,
recap.
yeah, you'll be talking about the Olympics. I won't be a part of that, but hopefully by then, hopefully by the next recap, we will know a little better about the Islanders' playoff chances. Right now, they look decent. They should be able to make the playoffs with the way they've played this year, but it is so bunched up in the East that you just don't know. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. We're on the road to King of the Ring 2002, and again, Islander content, because we are in hockey mode. We are at
Mhm.
100% in hockey mode now with no more football.
Mets recap. Mets previews coming up next month too.
Yes, that is true. Spring training is right around the corner. So,
Pitchers and catchers report tomorrow, and no one gives two shits.
wow, it's tomorrow. Wow. Well,
I think it's tomorrow.
some people have already reported, but yeah. So spring training is legitimately right around the corner, just hours away, I guess.
Yay!
So,
Yay!
thank you to anybody who's watched. The StreamYard is saying that we were getting a couple of viewers here. So if you were one of them, thank you. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. And we will see you again in the future.